Hello everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 bringing to you another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series, and it has been announced and confirmed that Dave Batista will in fact be headlining the WWE Hall of Fame 2023 for WrestleMania 39. And this news comes as very exciting, mainly because originally Dave Batista was supposed to be inducted a couple of years ago, but due to the fact that there were no actual live crowds and with everything else going on, Dave Batista decided not to participate at that Hall of Fame event and said that he wanted to wait till WWE events had crowds again and he wanted to thank the fans properly, which I totally understand and respect his decision because Dave Batista is a true man's man. He likes to do things the right way, and I fully respect that. And, this is the proper way for Batista to bow out, in my opinion. So, Dave Batista made his WWE debut in 2002 on SmackDown as Deacon Batista, where he was the bodyguard for Reverend Devon, and then he would jump to Raw later that year and hooked up with Ric Flair, which, of course, as we all know, led to the formation of Evolution with Triple H, Ric Flair, Randy Orton, and, of course, Dave Batista. And for me, Evolution, without a doubt, the greatest faction of the Ruthless Aggression era. Batista would go on to become one of the biggest stars of the last 20 years, winning the Royal Rumble in 2005, great feud with Triple H, turning on Evolution and defeating the Game at WrestleMania 21 for the World Heavyweight title, jumping to SmackDown where he had a very entertaining feud with JBL and a very entertaining program with the late great Eddie Guerrero. He would then go on to win the tag team titles with Rey Mysterio a couple of times. He would go on to have an epic war with The Undertaker in 2007. And they would go on to have, for me, the best match of the entire show at WrestleMania 23. And they will go on to have 4 more classics throughout that year. And Batista, he's feuded with everyone from Triple H to The Undertaker to Booker T, to John Cena, to Randy Orton, to Ric Flair, you name it, Batista has feuded with everyone. And for me, Batista was at his best, I think, when he turned heel again in 2009, and he was just unbelievable. He just did some of the best work of his career. Great rivalry with Rey Mysterio. He was just a class heel, and he was the funny thing about Batista's heel run in 2009 to 2010, he was like the old Batista but with a personality. So whereas the old Batista, he didn't talk, he would let his actions speak for himself. With the heel run of Batista in 2009 to 2010, he had that old vicious animalistic behavior but just had a cocky personality, and the balance was just unbelievable. So Batista would leave in 2010 and he would go on to become a big movie star, and of course, as we all know, he starred in Guardians of the Galaxy, which just crashed box offices worldwide. It was one of the biggest films of the MCU. He would return in 2014, that same year. Not a great return, although no fault of Batista. It was a case of right place, wrong year with the whole Yes movements with Daniel Bryan. Batista would go on to reunite with Triple H and Randy Orton to reform Evolution, and they would have a classic war with The Shield, putting them both over into multiple back-to-back classic matches. And, out of The Rock, John Cena, and Dave Batista, these are 3 guys who left WWE to have a crack at movies. In my opinion, I would say Batista is the best actor out of that 3. That's just my opinion. I would certainly say he's the best actor as far as versatility is concerned, because John Cena and The Rock both have, how shall I put it, their careers and their roles they take, they're pretty much all one-dimensional. There's not much difference to it because, to me, they're just playing themselves. I have all the respect in the world for those guys, but with The Rock's films, you've seen one Rock film, you've seen them all. John Cena, although hasn't had as many as The Rock, you've seen one Cena film, you've seen them all. But however, I do think that Peacemaker was probably Cena's best role to date. But with Batista, each character, all different. Drax the Destroyer, Hinx in James Bond Spectre, he was one of the highlights of that movie. He also starred in Blade Runner 2048, Batista's had a number of different roles, all different characters. You'd think someone like Batista, he would just play the typical big guy, but he really wants to be taken seriously as an actor. And anyone who helped play a big role in the success of not only Guardians of the Galaxy, but 2 blockbuster Avengers movies back to back, definitely has my respect as an actor. So Batista's had a great career in WWE. He's had a fantastic career in Hollywood, which is still thriving to this day. And he's finally going to be taking his rightful place in the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, the big question I have to ask is, who's going to induct him? It's a no-brainer. It's quite obvious. It should be Triple H, Randy Orton, and Ric Flair. Evolution. It just makes complete sense. This was the group that put him on the map. This made him into a big star. But obviously, WWE, they have the final say. But if it's just Triple H who inducts him, even better. But personally, for me, I would prefer if it's Evolution because, that's where he made his name, really. So many congratulations to Dave Batista, who is finally taking his rightful place into the WWE Hall of Fame 2023. So that's going to be it from me. I am going to wrap this up now. How do you feel about Batista finally going into the Hall of Fame? Are you excited? Do you have any favourite Batista moments? Which did you prefer? His Evolution run? His babyface run? Did you like his run as a heel in 2009 to 2010? And who do you think should induct him? Should it be Triple H just on his own? Or do you think it should be the entire Evolution with Triple H, Ric Flair, and Randy Orton? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. And once again, many congratulations to Dave Batista. Long overdue and definitely well deserved. So until next time, take care everybody and stay safe, and once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.